Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are right on time at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll start soon. Just waiting for, yeah, I think we have a pretty good number of attendees. We should start now because it's a complex program and I want to leave a lot of time for question and answers. So and welcome you all for the webinar on NIH HEAL Initiative, Integrated Basic and Clinical Team-Based Research Program in Pain. This is the RM1 Team Science Mechanism with Clinical Trial Optional. So the notice for funding opportunity is the RFA NS 22069. So I'm DP Mohapatra, the Program Director and Program Lead for this RM1 program, and I'm joined by Dr. Rachel Weinberg. She's a health program specialist and also the coordinator for this RM1 program in HEAL. So we'll go over the program overview, and then at the end we'll have a Q&A session. So please feel free to enter your questions in the Q&A box, what you can see there on the bottom of the screen. And also during the question answer session, we can let you raise your hands for additional questions there. Okay, so with that, let's get moving. So next slide, please. So as most of you might know, or if for some of you who do not know about the NIH HEAL initiative, which is NIH helping to end addiction long-term initiative to address the current opioid epidemic and crisis, public health crisis we are experiencing. And one of the critical areas in HEAL initiative is priorities on pain research, particularly on enhancing pain management by understanding biological underpinning of chronic pain, and also to accelerate discovery preclinical development for more pain treatments that are mostly non-addictive, and also to inform best practices for effective pain management and while minimizing risk of addiction. And of course, for those newer pain therapeutics, taking it through the clinical pipeline. So one of the areas we really need to still focus is on understanding the biological underpinning of chronic pain, which is addressed by this RM1 team science mechanism. Next slide, please. So the goal of this funding opportunity, RM1 Team Science, is really to have integrated efforts for bold, impactful, and challenging research in basic and clinical pain domains to understand the biology of specific human pain conditions or pain associated with diseases, disorders. It could also include actually mechanistic underpinning of heterogeneity and stratification of patients with specific pain conditions and comorbidities. So as you can clearly see, so there are three different parts here. One is well-integrated clinical and basic pain research done in an interdisciplinary way with a plan, including common goal, common question there. And then the second critical component is the team science, really bringing in multidisciplinary expertise and collaborative work, synergy within the team, and really a good and excellent managed team interaction. And then the last but not the least is really enhancing the diverse perspectives. And that includes investigating team with diversity and study design with diverse study population, as well as study and environment, including diverse study institutional and environments there. So collectively, the goal is to produce really transformative understanding on human pain biology that could really enhance our understanding of pain, as well as developing better therapeutics, as well as better informing clinical pain management goals there. Next slide, please. So With this webinar, we want to give you a program overview with why team science and why integrated basic clinical pain research mechanism, RM1 as a mechanism, what are the features there, application structures, uh, showing some example of what actually is not an RM1, and a little bit about application reviews, and then we'll go to a Q&A session. So next slide, please. So the first thing is why team science and why integrated basic and clinical research in pain. As we all know, a vast majority of research in pain field are still done in a very siloed approach with separate preclinical research and clinical research. And combining those two has definitely multiple levels of challenges, and programmatically there are not really enough programs which could support both of those in a very effective way. That's one of the reasons why this program RM1 Team Science is developed. So why we are looking for team sciences? Team science approach actually provides complex and challenging biomedical research problems to be approached in a very comprehensive, interdisciplinary, mechanistic, and a very rigorous approach way, so that it can be very impactful as well as transformative. And in terms of pain, why we're trying to integrate basic and clinical research, because that's the only way we will really better understand the biology of human pain condition, disease, disorder, pathologies, or conditions that are leading to these chronic, acute or chronic pain conditions. And by doing so, in these combinatorial approach, could really probably develop much better effective diagnosis, therapy, and clinical management of pain. So next slide, please. So going into RM1 mechanisms, why RM1? So let's go through that quickly. Next slide. Yeah. So if we compare the vast majority of research studies being done through NIH hypothesis-driven grant mechanism like RO1, or some studies like program project grants like PO1, for example. So in RO1, these are like single or multi PIs, multiple PIs who can do this with one set of defined aims, heavily hypothesis driven. And then normally those do not require interdisciplinary team, although it is encouraged, but it's not required there. And it could be focused on a specific area, or it could be a parent absolutely investigator initiated hypothesis driven parent RO1 mechanism. In program projects, you have multiple projects associated with cores with multiple PIs involving multiple resources to address a bigger question. Whereas in RM1 mechanism, it's not an RO1, it's also not a program project, because it's not an RO1 because it is really transformative, question driven, and product driven. And in terms of like team, it absolutely requires an interdisciplinary team of scientists to accomplish that. And the team should have very specific expertise, combinatorial expertise, complementary expertise, you can say, and then really great team specific resources, and they can really try to utilize their complementary expertise to develop absolutely new understanding, new principle, new methods for both experimental side as well as analytical side and interpretation to better understand human pain condition, the biology of human pain. And those need to be really have transformative objectives with defined 5-year outcomes with that will produce way more and major advances in pain field. And this could be specifically focused in one area, but should not represent a collection of individual efforts or parallel projects. As in program project, you can have parallel interrelated projects with course and with the resources to address a question. But here in RM1, it should not be that. It should be all driven by a big question and an integrated, like a team science effort, interdisciplinary team science effort. So next slide, please. Okay, so what are the actual key features of RM1? Let's go to the next slide. So it has to be really interdisciplinary and integrated from both basic and clinical side and pain research. So the ask here is to bring in really transformative, big outcomes. So the 5-year transformative goal should be really bold, impactful, and challenging question, and should have a really single and focused goal that can only be achieved through team science, cannot be achieved through really individual PI or investigator-based approaches. So here, we what we need is 3 to 6 multi-PIs, each with distinct viewpoints and expertise, and their expertise and knowledge and the plan should be very cohesive, synergistic, and well integrated in terms of both their expertise as well as integrating basic and clinical pain research together with an interdisciplinary research. So let's go to the next slide. So let's uh, talk a little bit about what we really refer to as bold and impactful research. So the goal of your questions should challenge existing paradigms. It should overcome long-standing roadblocks to progress and also develop new synergy between different scientific fields to comprehensively understand human pain. And the challenging component is that there are definitely challenges in understanding, targeting, effective management of human pain conditions, which really requires the integration and collaboration between basic and clinical disciplines, which can only be achieved really through a team-based integrated approach. And these two combined should really produce a transformative outcome. So the overall objective and big question you should have in RM1 application would bring in a very transformative understanding on human pain biology within this defined 5-year outcome. Okay, next slide. So going to the approach, so how do you do that is really integrating the scientific efforts either on previously soiled or disparate areas of clinical basic science and technology expertise, not only within pain, but in other areas or disease areas where pain is associated. So to bring in these multiple PIs with different collaborative expertise to address, to pursue a very single minded or singular focused goal or a problem or a question there. And the question, in a way, in terms of approach wise, it should require really an innovative combinatorial approach with multiple disciplines, tools, and approaches to address this question. And in terms of the team, it should really be very clear how each individual PIs in this team are absolutely essential in terms of their contribution towards the aim of the project and towards the efforts, towards the research approach, and their role in team management and leadership. It should be very, very clear there. And again, each PI in this team should bring in very distinct scientific viewpoint or expertise to pursue these type of interdisciplinary team science approach. Next slide. So with a really good, truly integrated RM1 project, you should have very single and broad, big question with a single set of specific aims. Your specific aims should not look like you are pursuing different questions in a preclinical versus clinical. You should really be scientific question which should have a combined or integrated clinical and basic approach together within those questions or aims. And most of these scientific aims should require really substantial contribution from more than one PIs. It should not look like you have one set of PIs doing aim one, one set of PIs doing aim two. That's also not a true integration and team science. And the overall program, your approach should look like how your questions are trying to glue together not only the science but also the team with the complementary expertise together as the team to address that big question. And again, all contributions, all pieces from the expertise as well as team should be absolutely essential to the overall goal. It should not look like you're just filling the blank just to fill in someone to address certain things within the big project. No, I mean that's the role of like other personnel or co-investigators or collaborators. But in terms of PIs, it should be very, very clear there. So just a note here, in this funding opportunity, we are not very prescriptive about the balance of preclinical and clinical or data approaches integrated into the project. It's your research designed, but it should be very well described and rationalized again and again. Should not look like individual parallel projects because that's a big flaw both from programmatic standpoint as well as from the reviewer guideline standpoint. Next slide, please. So let's touch a little bit on the clinical trial optional here. So in this RFA, we are allowing only two types of clinical trials or supporting only two types of clinical trial studies. One is mechanistic trial, which is defined as studies designed to really understand the biology or behavioral process with the physiology of a disease or the mechanism of action of an intervention. That means how the intervention works, but not if it works or is safe. Because if later is the case, that becomes a efficacy trial. That's not a best study. And sorry, the mechanistic study. And then we have a best study or basic experimental studies with human, which is basically conducting basic research studies that involves humans to seek to understand the fundamental aspect of the phenomenon or biology. So again, to remind, efficacy clinical trials are not supported by this RFA. Next slide, please. So let's go to the application structure. And next slide. Yeah, so before you prepare for the application, let me convey you that we have only two more seat dates remaining. One is October 13th, 2023, and the next one is the last one is the February 12th, 2024. And as you can easily imagine, like if you are submitting in October or February, you have no opportunity for revision or resubmission there. So in that sense, submitting your strongest possible application is the best way out. So in terms of application components, we need one page specific aims with only one specific aim sets, and then integrated research strategy plan section, 30 pages maximum. Please do not divide those to individual projects. Again and again, I'm telling you, like parallel projects are not encouraged here. Then in addition to those 31 pages, you have team management plans, which is 3 pages maximum. Then furthermore, within the other attachments, we need the two more like essential components and one optional. So the two other essential documentation we need is timelines and benchmark for success, 2 pages maximum. And then the other one is the plan to enhancing diverse perspectives, 1 page maximum. And in addition, there is an optional IRB communication, 5 pages maximum, in case your study accordingly needs that. So okay, let's go to the specific aims and approach side. Oh, before that, yes, we would highly encourage you could submit a letter of intent if you are planning to submit an application. So it's very simple, as you can see exactly the same language in the notice of funding opportunity. Just send it to us at least 30 days before. That helps a lot in terms of coordinating the review by the review section, which the SRO handles. Next slide, please. Yeah, so specific aims, this should not really look like a typical R01 or program project specific aim. It should really not only identify the big knowledge gap in human pain, but also pose the question in a very big and transformative way. And then follow what's known and what's not known, and what's your proposal, and how it would really, your specific questions or aims would collectively address and close that gap and bring in that big transformative knowledge. So you should also justify the need for team science very briefly. And again, it should look very clearly integrated in terms of basic and clinical side, cohesive in terms of both science as well as team, and how impactful would be your research project and program. And one thing here I must mention, so here the aims can be completely independent as opposed to R01. So here you are asking questions based on how you can better address and bring transformative understanding to your big question on human pain biology. And make sure you touch on rigorous study design and feasible experimental plans with a very defined 5-year benchmark. So the overall big key points is it has to be transformative with a big focus, why you need the team science and how you are implementing your team science approach, and integration of basic and clinical research in a very innovative and rigorous way. Next slide. So in other attachment, you have a team management plan with 3 pages maximum. So uh, as you can very well imagine, the success of your team science proposal is absolutely dependent on a very effective leadership, team management, and coordination plan. So uh, you make sure you touch all these points which are lined here in terms of your plans on organizational structure, leadership, resource sharing allocations, to credit assignment, to coordination communication, and how you would do the data sharing in between team, and as well as outside the team to the research community. So make sure you touch on all of these points. And these are uh, the team management plan is reviewed mainly under the investigator section of the review criteria. Okay, next slide. So the other required attachment is timeline and benchmarks for success. So here you really need to propose and very clearly spell out like how uh, your study design and your question will bring out the specific benchmarks, and what are the short-term benchmarks, midterm, and what are the long-term benchmarks, and how you can achieve those through feasibility of your study design with the degree of integration and collaboration you are proposing. Uh, Sometimes what helps is if you actually include a project timeline that includes all the major tasks to be performed, like a Gantt chart or similar, that makes it really very clear. And also, this is something which is a score driving criteria, and this is assessed under the approach section in the review criteria. So make sure to have a detailed and very clear, comprehensive timeline and benchmark for success. Next slide, please. So the other report attachment, which is the score driving factor again, is plans for enhancing diverse perspectives. So the diverse perspectives include three different areas. Okay, so the goal is to really advance the scientific and technical merit of your proposed project to inclusivity in order to capitalize on innovative ideas, variety of experiences, distinct perspectives, training, background, and skill sets. So the three pillars there is who does the research, the diversity in your team, and then who participates in the research. So if you have the human clinical component, what is the diversity of study subjects there? And also the third important one is where the research is done. So that's basically the research environment, the research institutions where it is being done. So how your plan is really increasing the inclusivity and diversification of research being done at different places, at particularly at places where there are resources are very limited, or there are institutions with more undergraduate research, minority serving institution, community-based institution. So these are the three criteria we should really very clearly specify. And it is important to note here that the PEDP document is assessed under all five review criteria: significance, investigator, innovation, approach, and environment. So make sure you pay real attention to this one. Next slide. And again, this is just some examples, potential strategies. How do you propose to include personnel with diverse perspective, training, mentoring plans, and recruitment of diversity, diverse group of individuals, both in study population as well as in your team, and publication plans with equitable authorships. So try to touch on all of these aspects, identifying both the strengths as well as weaknesses so that it reviews very effectively. Next slide. So here is the next set of points. What is actually not an RM1? I told you what all, how you all will prepare the RM1 application, but what is not an RM1? Let's go next slide. See. So if you have a application or a proposal which is not well integrated in terms of both basic and clinical research to address the human biology or the pain, biology of human pain, again, I'm emphasizing the goal is to understand the biology of human pain, not in another species. Okay, that's the goal. You can utilize another species to understand the mechanism, but the goal has to be absolutely biology of human pain condition. So if you do not have a well-integrated basic and clinical research plan, then it's not an RM1. In the same way, like if you are proposing a purely clinical study or longitudinal clinical data collection study, that's not an RM1 again. Okay, the goal has to be very well integrated basic and clinical research proposal to understand the biology of human pain. If there is a collection of individual or parallel efforts in your project, then that's also something which would not really look like RM1. Like if you are proposing explorations of a very single line of research or proposed parallel but independent advancement in different areas in pain, that's also not RM1 here. And then uh, again, those type of ones should go to mechanisms like program project. And it's the same way if the aims are not well integrated or some parts are not essential to the goal, then it won't be a good TM1. Another sets of examples are like if there is a evidence from the proposal that there is a dominant PI is just bringing another PIs as supporting roles to address a big question. That's not an RM1. That's not a team science. And if it is overly broad and open-ended type of projects or collecting longitudinal data that don't really make a transformative change in understanding the biology of human pain, that's not. So these are some of the examples I'm just giving you, which should not fall under RM1. Overall, again and again, two big components: your team, integrated team effort, as well as integrated clinical and basic research to understand the biology of human pain. Again, biology of human pain, that's the critical component here. Next slide, please. We do have certain other non-responsive criteria for this RM1 mechanism. If your research is outside the NIH Heal Initiative mission on pain, then it won't cover here. It won't be responsive. And same way, like if you are proposing to do a team-based research to discover or develop small molecules or biological therapeutics or like devices to treat pain, then it's not responsive because we have other funding opportunity announcements already available through an NIH initiative for those type of investigation. Same way, if you're designing a clinical trial where the goal is to answer specific question about safety, tolerability, efficacy, and or effectiveness of any pharmacologic, behavioral, biologic, surgical, or device-based interventions, whether it is phase one, two, three, or other clinical trial, then this won't be responsive to the RM1 mechanism. The only two types of clinical trials we're allowing is basic experimental studies in humans and the mechanistic clinical trials. Next slide. So how about reviews of application? Let's go quickly. I mean, there are a lot of things written here. I'm not going to very detail, but so the review process starts with checking the completedness and compliance, and then responsive to the funding opportunity announcement is done by the review. Completedness is done by the SRO and the review division, and the responsiveness is done by the HEAL RM1 program staff. And then it follows the recruitment of scientific expertise with areas needed for the applications. So you could actually put specific expertise needed in your assignment, PHS assignment request form or cover letter to indicate what all expertise would be needed to best review your application. And that's one of the reasons why sending us a letter of applicant, a letter of intent would be really important for the review side. And the in terms of application submission date, meeting date, and post submission materials, you need to communicate with the scientific review officer on that. And the scores, so once the review is done, but will be released within 3 to 5 days of the review group meeting, and summary statements will be released later within 3 to 6 weeks. Next slide, please. So there are certain important information in addition to your research plan you need to provide for really complete review team management plan, benchmark timeline of success, and plan for enhancing the diverse perspective in addition to the research strategy and the specific aims page. Let's go quickly on the research strategy and specific aims review. Next slide, please. Yeah, so in RM1, the review are similar to RO1 type peer reviews, and it utilizes the same criteria, 5 criteria: significance, innovation, investigator approach, and environment. Uh, Normally in an RO1 approach is the major criteria, whereas in RM1, all 5 are equally important. So make sure you really cover the integration of both clinical and basic research, as well as the team science, integration of team, and the cohesiveness and complementariness in terms of approach of the team. Next slide. So there are certain review criteria which I would really recommend that you must read in the funding opportunity announcement. Please go to the review section, peer review of applications, and look into what are the exact these RFA or NOFO specific review criteria in all these five, like significance and investigator innovation approach. So these are specifically tailor-made for this RM1 program. I'm not going to details here point by point, so I would really recommend that you go through the notice of funding opportunity announcement and look into those specific review criteria. And once you are done with your application preparation, go back and check, do you really have all those review criteria addressed so that it will review directly and well. Next slide. And the same thing, as I mentioned before, for the prospective, diverse perspective questions. So that will be again reviewed in all five criteria. So make sure when you are writing that document, you touch upon all of these five review criteria that can be very clear from that document. Next slide. Okay, so how we can assist you or help you. So our strong suggestion is once you have a idea, you have a team ready, please communicate with us as soon as possible. Okay, we are happy to discuss multiple times with you because this is a complex program and to let you know what exactly would fit and would not fit. And so it will be helpful if you can provide us your specific aims draft, then team composition, why the RM1, a just small paragraph on justification, and how you are really combining and integrating the both basic and clinical pain research as well as your diverse team expertise so that you think it is it's a good competitive RM1 application. If you can send that to us, we'll set up a discussion and we'll guide you step by step there. Okay, next slide. I think that's just last but one slide. So these are the program contacts for the HEAL RM1 mechanism. Just to clarify one thing, whenever you are submitting an R01 or RM1, you are pain being a very multidisciplinary area and multiple NIH institutes and centers, probably more than 17 institutes and centers have pain in their mission area. So it is many times confusing where you should apply to which institution, whether that institute will take your application or not. So here you don't have to worry about any of those. Okay, so this is a HEAL initiative. It's a multi-IC, a multi-NIH Institute Center program, irrespective of where it fits, which institution which NIH institute will become your primary or secondary. You do not have to really think about that right now. Just plan your study, communicate with us, and submit it. So do not worry about those. So here are the the program contacts. Feel free to contact them. Feel free to contact me, and we can set up discussion and go from there. I think that's all from our side. Next slide. So thank you all, and we'll be happy to take questions here. So I have my colleague Dr. Rachel Weinberg. She can help us in going through the questions. First, what we received. Yep.
Yep, so there have been a couple questions in the question and answer box. The first is, can there be a foreign component, i.e. can one PI be from outside the US?
Absolutely, yes. So NIH encourages global collaboration to understand the biology and biology of diseases, and pain is not separate from that. So we highly encourage. However, you have to put a very strong justification there as it is needed for any foreign component in any grant in NIH. So make sure your justification and rationale you put there is extremely strong and very well justified there.
Next question is, can you share any insights with respects to previous submissions and success rate? Are there opportunities to work with investigators to develop the most rigorous and responsive applications?
Yeah, that's something which we cannot go into it, like in terms of success rate and submissions until this program goes through multiple receipt dates and possibly all receipt dates are over. that that's the time when some of those data can be looked at. At this point, we cannot comment on that, but there are ample opportunities. We have budget. Please go ahead and submit. Do not have to worry. And in terms of developing your collaboration based on your question, you can you're not restricted to only people you know. You can go and collaborate with anyone who is doing rigorous research and has the best expertise in the area where you think bringing them to your team clearly justifies and satisfies the team science approach here. So you're always encouraged to do that.
Okay, so in regards to investigators, if a team member is a clinician who is crucial to the project based on their expertise, but has no history of funding, then how can the research team get around this if study section members may view this as a weakness?
So that's again a little bit of grantsmanship there. So how clearly you define and justify that, hey, this is the expertise and we absolutely need, and this is the person, this is the clinician who has the expertise, who has been working on patients and doing these kind of or similar kind of work, even though it is not directly published in that area, but if based on their expertise, how well you justify that, that should satisfy.
In the RFA, it said that there cannot be subawards, so all PIs would need to be at the same institution. Is this true?
No, so the way it is framed there, the language is subaward means your individual PIs can have, of course, they can be from multiple institutions. So whoever is the PDPI, their institution will subaward for that PI. But what it actually indicates or means is you cannot beyond the PIs, beyond the like designated 3 to 6 PIs, you cannot do multiple other subawards to other institutions or other PIs or other collaborators. No, so it has to be within the PIs.
Is there a particular budget linked to this project?
I am not getting particular budget linked to this project. I'm not getting that question. Like if it is about the budget cap is mentioned in the NOFO. That's $1 million direct cost. Uh, if it is a budget type, like what is allowed or allowable budget or what is not allowable budget, that's based on the SAP 424 standard instructions. You can check. But if not, if I do not, if you think I haven't answered your question correct, so please feel free to email me and we can discuss on that.
Do previous shared publications, are they viewed as a strength for collaboration, or collaboration with colleagues without shared publications could be seen as strong as well if justified?
Yeah, both are true. Like collaborations with shared publications, that itself gives a good like strength to the reviewers as they're saying like, yes, you have a history of collaboration. But even if you do not have a publication, but you already have collaborations justified or supported by enough preliminary data to show that, hey, we already collaborated, we are collecting these data. That should be, but again, I cannot speak the mind of reviewers. Every reviewer has a different way of taking it. But I think how well you put the justification would kind of define that.
Is there any chance that the RFA will be extended? Not having the chance for resubmission can decrease enthusiasm.
Yeah, at this point, we do not know yet whether it can be or cannot be. And as you know, every year it all depends on budget appropriation, congressional appropriations on those. So at this point, I do not have any info on that. So we can only know after probably the last receipt date, after several months of the last receipt date, then only we can know.
And then just a request to repeat the answer to the
Or the
issue of the
subaward. Yeah,
subawards.
so
Yeah.
the subaward can be done for each individual PIs. So if there is one PDPI in one institution and the other PDPIs are on same other institutions, or maybe one of the MPIs in another institution, you can subaward. But we are discouraging subaward for multiple other collaborators or other non-key personnel there. So, okay. Any other question? I, I do not see in the Q&A box, but we still have time. We reserved 1 hour, so feel free to raise your hand and I'm happy to address any additional question. Do you see any raised hands? Let's see.
No.
Oh, one more point I should mention here is in terms of PI and PI efforts, as you can see, this is a multi-PI team. Uh, However, each PDPI, like or each MPI, should devote at least 2.4 person month. This is a minimum requirement, and it cannot be reduced in subsequent years too. So each and every PI within that 3 to 6 what limit we have, you have to have at least 2.4 person month that is equivalent to 20% effort of a full year appointment or 26.7% effort on a 9-month appointment or 40% on a 6-month appointment throughout the duration of the award. So you cannot reduce it in subsequent years. And the total research effort should include the combined research at all institutions. If a PDPI or MPI has multiple appointments, so it should be calculated based on the total effort they have. And when you are putting your budget, make sure you put it as person month. Should not include time extended during your teaching, your administration, or not directly related to research. Just put it person months total effort. So that's just to make it very clear. Because if you think you are trying to bring someone into your team, but they cannot put 2.4 calendar month person month effort, then they cannot be a PI. You can include them as co-investigator, but they cannot be a multi-PI in this team science mechanism. Any other question? Feel free to either write or raise your hand. We are happy to unmute you. Is it possible that someone might be raising hand and we do not see it? Yeah, I do not see any hands raised or any question. Please feel free to either put it into Q&A box or raise your hand. I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes in case someone has a question. And again, those who are here attending, my sincere suggestion, when you have your initial plan and a draft ready, specific aims page draft and your justification for team science, and please send it to us and we can set up a discussion. Okay, if there are no more questions, we are happy to adjourn this webinar. Please remember our words, communicate with us. We are happy to discuss and guide you on your RM1 application. Okay, thank you everyone. And we are looking forward to hearing from you, many of you actually. Thanks and have a good afternoon, everyone.